I'm Dani Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick. Oh, yeah, I'm singing along with the song. I'm like, oh, it's ending. Oh, it is ending. Good morning, Frederick. It is Friday, June 21st, and I am your host, Dani Gurry. I have to start off today's show by wishing my husband a very, very happy birthday. The poor man has had to share his birthday for the last 21 years with our son Cooper, and today is Cooper's 21st birthday. So very, very happy birthday to my two guys. Today is a very special day, and if you see either one of them, if you know them, well, now you can buy them both a drink. Very, very happy to celebrate their birthdays today. We will actually be at the Keys game tonight in one of the suites and kicking off their birthdays with a bang. Anyway, happy birthday to them. I threatened to sing them happy birthday, but I don't think I'll put you guys through that. So, all right, the podcast is now available. Please download it if you'd like to listen to podcasts. It should be pretty much everywhere except Apple, I don't think is up yet. So, no idea why. YouTube also has a podcast, gets the podcast too, so if it's easier to listen to a podcast than try to watch the stream, you can do that. I just want to say thank you to everybody who's been subscribing. The numbers are climbing, and we are pushing to 1,000 by September. That is our goal, and I really appreciate all of y'all helping me out on that one. Yesterday, actually a couple days ago, someone made a comment that my videos aren't getting many views. And I appreciate that. Look, I mean, we're new, started out April 1st, but I did the numbers. And yesterday, I think in total, we topped 77,000 views across every platform we stream to. So YouTube isn't the only place we go. And yes, it is the slowest growing and probably least watched as far as numbers are concerned per video, but we do stream in the Everything Frederick and More group, which just topped 130,000 members, which is phenomenal. So actually, we've gone from 72,000 views about 9 days ago to over 77,000 total views. Right now, I am streaming to 7 places at one time. So anyway, not to pick an argument or anything. We launched April 1st already, 77,000 total views across all our platforms. So I just want to put it out there that this is a growing show, and I'm so grateful that we've gotten such great feedback. So, speaking of the home of Everything Frederick, or Everything Frederick and More, at the shop, we are collecting for a couple of things. Number one, Souls of Love. And Souls of Love works through local organizations to provide new shoes for kids just in time for the start of school. Now, my goal is 200 pairs of shoes this year. I think I just did just over 100 last year. And I want to share some amazing news. Ken's Transmissions and Positive Technology, each of them donated $500 toward that cause. So I want to thank them both very, very much. I'm sending Julie Gaver on a shopping spree to add those numbers to my totals, but if you're a local business or you're looking for an official tax deduction, you can write your check to Souls of Love. If you can get it to me or let me know what the amount is so I can put that in my total, and I send that off to Julie, that way you get the tax break because she is a 501c3, and I get the shoe total, and we all win. So there you go. If you are looking to make a donation and of significance for the tax purposes, let me know. I'd love to help you out with that. Or if you just want to drop off a pair of shoes to the home of everything Frederick, I would so appreciate that as well. And speaking of back to school with the new shoes with the kids, we have a Stuff the Bus bin from United Way at the home of everything Frederick, which is 401 North Market Street. And we are collecting new school supplies as well. All right, on the show today, Benny from BKG Media and Promotions has been helping local businesses get their brand into customers' hands for decades. And I chat with him about how things are going. And Sharon is also helping people who suffer from chronic pain. She tells me about her company, Collective Wellness, and how it got started. Bob Miller joins me from WFMD's Morning News Express for news, weather, and sports. Plus, as always, I've got all the events, so let's get this Friday going. Every morning thanking Nicholas and the team from We Help You Move for sponsoring the show. Whether you're moving across the street or somewhere around the country, Nicholas and his team of experts can make the whole thing easy and as stress-free as possible. You know your stuff is being taken care of. Veteran-owned and a supporter of the Frederick community, Nicholas is a great contributor to everything. Look, if you need a couch moved from your third floor to your basement, or maybe you're moving into a storage unit or out of a storage unit and downsizing, give Nick a call. He can help you for sure. Just had some friends give him a call about moving some furniture that's actually coming from a moving truck, I think, and they won't take it up the stairs and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Nick's going to take care of them, which I know he will do. WeHelpYouMove.com. All right, I see Bob Miller has joined me. Let's get him on. Oh, flying solo today, Bob Miller on the Morning News Express. How are you?
I'm doing great. Okay, so before we get started, I don't want to take away your thunder, and maybe I am. Maybe I should have pre-programmed this or talked to you about it, because in the Dani G's house, there's some birthdays going on, right?
There are. My husband and my son both today.
Right? I that's like the second person I know that have birthdays. I just announced some other friends who the mom and the daughter have the same day as a birthday. So, happy birthday to you. So not only are you going to have a segment on your show with somebody to show you how to make a birthday cake or how to make a phone call to get a birthday cake?
I should for sure. Absolutely. We're actually going to be in the Clark Computers suite tonight for the Keys game, celebrating their birthday. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah, there you go. Go Keys. I got my hat. I just talking to Brandon McGee. It's almost, if you're thinking about going to the Keys game, it is almost sold out. There's like 40. If you go online, I saw it was like 45 tickets left.
Whoa, so, really?
Yeah, they got a bobblehead thing going on.
It is a bobblehead night.
Yeah,
and bobblehead nights are always packed.
Mm-hmm. I need a bobblehead.
Well, I will get you one tonight, Bob.
Yeah, no, one of me.
Oh, you want your own bobblehead?
I want my own bobblehead.
I can't believe the Morning Mayor doesn't have a bobblehead.
I know. I got
to talk to those people over there.
I know. Well, maybe that's a sign of something that's coming. I have no idea. Also, Julie Gaver does a wonderful job with Souls of Love. I remember when she first started that years ago.
14.
I do have a question, though. 14 years ago. Wow. Is it just women's shoes, men's shoes, kids' shoes, new shoes, old shoes?
New shoes, and it's for kids, but obviously even those in high school are like, they are adults. So, it's you can bring new shoes anywhere from toddler all the way up. They'll take them all.
Size 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, just in case. I mean, there's big-footed kids out there.
There
All right,
are.
let me tell you what's going on in the world. This is a story that I think that you probably have already done too. The Evangelical Reform United Church of Christ, they're having a clock tower preservation. Their committee they're seeking money to save one of Frederick's oldest spire clocks downtown. The church has raised like $500,000 on their own, but they're looking to raise some more money and give you the opportunity to help save one of the clustered spires, one of the original clustered spires. It's going to be about $1 million project. If they don't get the funds, then obviously they're going to have to take that down and just kind of cut it off at the bottom of it and just kind of cap it. So if you want to give, frederickcountygives.org, or you can call them at 695-7660.
Well,
So
I'm gonna need to might help them because I'd have to change my logo if they had to cut down one of those spires. So we don't want that.
No, we do not want that. Frederick County's got themselves a new chief information officer. Frederick County has a new chief information officer and director of interagency information technologies. The county council approved that on Tuesday to appointment of Ty Howard to the post. He'll take over on July 15th. Now, he's got a master's degree in instructional technology from Bloomsburg University. He has worked in the public administration from Arizona State University, undergraduate degree in sociology and criminal justice from Bloomsburg University. So it looks like he'll be a great fit in downtown Frederick. And the other, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, that'll be nice.
Yep. Quantum Loophole makes a big financial gift to Frederick Community College. They did an $8,000 gift been received by FCC Foundation from Quantum Loophole. Now, if you don't know who Quantum Loophole is, they're the company who wants to build on the site of East Alco and kind of open up a data center, which is, some people are for, some people are against, but they're trying to invest into the community. And I guess the other thing that we have to take a look at, Dani, of course, it's going to be hot.
Yes.
There's a heat advisory in effect to take place this Saturday. Temperatures are going to feel into the hundreds with heat index values at 110. So
and I was and in my happenings segment about all the events, several events are canceling because of the heat, and there's some big events going on around town. So you're going to want to check before you head out. Oh, it's going to be terrible.
Yeah. The other thing is that we did this on the air, and that is, where do you set your temperature at in your house?
Yes.
Are you in the, where are you? 60s or 70s?
72.
Okay. Yeah. Is that from the morning to the evening? Because I set mine cooler in the evening because my wife likes it colder to help her sleep. And so we're at 73 at nighttime, 75 during the daytime.
Yeah, 75 during the day and 72 at night. But I also have a very high-powered fan. I like your wife, tend to get a little heated at night, so I have to stay cool.
Yes, we have one fan above us and one fan down beside us that's focused on her. So I understand what you mean. Speaking of fans, there's going to be a lot of fans out at Harry Grove Stadium tonight for the Frederick Keys game. As Dani mentioned, she'll be out there. The Keys are going to need your help because they got beat yesterday by the State College Spikes 7-4 on Thursday. They only mustered 4 hits and picked up their 3rd straight loss. Now, maybe they should take after the Baltimore Orioles because Cedric Mullins hit a 2-run homer to spark a 6-run second inning. Gunnar Henderson reached base 4 times. The Orioles knocked out rookie pitcher Lewis Gill in an early 17-5 rout. That's right. You heard that correctly. The Orioles beat the Yankees 17-5 on Thursday. Not only did they improve to 5-2 against the Yankees, they also set a major league record by winning their 22nd straight series against the American League East opponents. According to Elias Sports Bureau, the Orioles surpassed the mark that was set by the Braves in 2000, the Brewers in 92, and the Cincinnati Reds did it twice in 75 and another time through the 1969-1970 season. The Nationals didn't have such good luck against the Arizona Diamondbacks. They got beat by a score of 5-2. And J.J. Redick, if you remember him, if you're a Maryland Terrapin fan, he used to be a Duke Blue Devil, so we know we didn't like him. He was hired by as head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Well, there you go. And
Yeah.
I guess they should be glad there's no 10-run rule in Major League Baseball. That's crazy, 17-5.
They should have it. Anything to embarrass the New York Yankees, I'll be happy to do. Anything.
I agree.
And we can all agree on one thing, hating the Yankees. And we already talked about it. Sunshine, going to be hot for the next couple of days. Remember, make sure your kids are out of your car. Make sure your pets got enough water and some shade if you got them outside. And you might want to check on somebody who might not have air conditioning. I know we all think we all have air conditioning, but not everybody does.
I grew up without air conditioning. I
Me
remember.
too. Me too. And my mom and dad's house
Yes.
was like this Frank Lloyd Wright thing, and it had nothing but windows on the one side of the house. And we're talking like 12-foot windows, and I was stifling.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes, we will try to stay cool. Well, I appreciate you, Bob. Have an awesome weekend.
You too?
And I will see you on Monday.
Have a celebration hot dog on me.
I will for sure. Have a great
Tell
day.
your family happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye. All right. Thanking Bob Miller for joining me and making sure we are up to date on all the news, weather, and sports. All right. I'm going to take a quick break, and then I have details on all the giveaways for this week. The Tan one finishes today, and all the events, of course. And I chat with Benny from BKG Media. And you're going to meet Sharon from Collective Wellness. And that's coming up just right after this.
Elevate your next party with Dreamscape Slumber Events. Over 12 themes and customization available for kids, teens, and adults to enjoy. Don't have the space? We have solutions for that too. Search Dreamscape Slumber Events on Facebook.
All right. Benny has been helping local businesses for more than a decade. And I chat with him about how things are going. Meet Benny from BKG Media. Pleasure of chatting with Benny Greenberg, promotional item guru. If you don't know him, I'm sure you've probably had some of the products he's created in your hands at one time or another. Welcome to the show, Benny.
Thanks, Dani. It's great to be here.
Well, it is great to have you on. You have been a part of the promotional item position here in Frederick for a long time. How long have you been in business?
This is our 11th year. We had the fun party celebration thing last year of celebrating 10 years, and now we're rolling into 11.
That's awesome. That's pretty good, a decade in business. You must enjoy what you're doing.
Well, yeah, it's kind of hard to do things on your own if you don't enjoy it. You just keep popping from one to the other. This is a lot of fun. There's a lot of creative that's built into it.
Yeah.
So that's the fun part.
And what were you doing before you started the promotional company?
Well, I was kind of doing the same thing. My background goes all the way back to doing similar product for the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the NHL, Disney, and stuff like that. So that's where I started. And then I did that. I lived in both New York. I guess you cannot tell from the accent. But I moved to Maryland with a similar position in place for AOL Time Warner. I moved to Maryland on a Friday, and the position disappeared on a Monday.
Oh, no.
So I did a little consulting for probably 6 months, and then I'm like saying to myself, why am I doing this? I'm just launching my own. And 11/13 of 13, BKG Media and Promotions was born.
That is phenomenal and good for you because, I think a lot of times people hesitate to start on their own for, I think a lot of us are like, oh, you have to work for somebody else and that's going to be the most stable thing. But obviously, you're a testament to if you know what you're doing, you can do it for a long time.
Yeah, either that or you're lucky, you pray a lot, it's a combination of a lot of things. It's kind of
Yeah.
reputation for us, really. I mean, most of our client base and businesses word of mouth and referrals at this point. We are really, really busy and continually on word of mouth and referral business.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's always great. It means obviously you're doing a good job. So, let's explain to people watching in case they're not 100% aware what you do, and do you have anything close by to show them?
I'm sure there are things within range, but basically we do marketing, but we do marketing through the use of branded products. So the concept for what we do is we don't just answer your phone call or your inquiry with, yes, we can give you chip clips. We try to brand your success through the actual event you're doing. So we did a whole bunch of Frederick Rescue Mission kid-based events for their summer enrichment program. So items were designed more for kids in mind. Things like, where's my arm?
Yeah,
Things
there
like
you
this.
are.
So they're squeezy fun things, but the Frederick Rescue Mission's logo was there. But
Yeah.
in a short, because that was already pretty long, but in a short statement, basically, if you want your logo or your word mark or your branding on anything, we can do it. From those giant canopy tents you see at the in the streets events to little tiny business cards and fidget spinners. So basically anything.
Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. What is the hot item right now? Is there something that is everybody's going crazy for?
Well, there's a couple. Remember a couple of years ago, the big items were like fidget spinners.
Yes.
So everything has kind of moved from that and is grown into new products. So the whole entire new super popular range is called sensory products.
Okay.
So it's kind of things like, remember the old Rubik's Cube? But this is called an infinity cube.
Yeah.
And you can
Oh,
basically keep folding and bending and turning like forever. So your
that's
logo can get,
cool.
so they make a lot of these sensory stickers where they have this really cool textured finish. You were at the nonprofit event, right, last week?
I wasn't there. No.
Oh, I thought you were at the NFP Summit. Weren't you at the
No.
summit?
No, I saw you at Frederick Lifestyle, I think it
Frederick
was.
Lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay, so like at that summit, everybody wanted there's something like this. There's something called a rope toy and something called sensory stickers. I think we gave away 400 of each. I mean, everybody wanted them, and the orders came in this week for all that stuff because it's kind of like mental illness is an issue, and
Yeah.
it's kind of a really great way to calm the nerves and the anxiety and the stress without spending a whole lot of money.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Do you have kind of like a most interesting order that you've done or maybe a company you've worked with?
Well, we have a couple of interesting orders. First of all, I think our biggest claim to fame right now is being the promo product, and I'll use your guru word, to the nonprofit world, not only here in Frederick, where I think we deal with like 75 of them, but throughout the state. I think my most interesting order was we received a inquiry from the actual lottery, which is an actual company in Georgia, and they wanted to design a product for the Washington Capitals 25th anniversary of when they were the Wizards, and they played that anniversary game in China. So we made 25 or 30 of these really cool laser cut basketball with the logo of the Wizards, the Capitals, and the Chinese national team. And they were actually handed to the president, the all of the team players. So it's really kind of a cool claim to fame.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Yeah, that's great. So if there is a company watching and they are, interested in getting, well, let me just say, because a lot of times people have no idea what they want. So how does it work when they contact you?
You are correct that a lot of people do not know what they want. We try to help them, like I was speaking earlier, is to try to figure out what the end to the meetings is. So if you're doing the home show event, then we will try to target your marketing and your product related to both your company and the event you're working on. We're not just going to toss you random items that you need. So a simple phone call, and one of us here will get you what it is you need to help drive traffic to your site, drive traffic to your booth, increase sales. We do a ton of fundraising products. So we kind of take the brunt of the work. There's no charge for the research. So you kind of give us what you have in mind. We'll run with the research and get you more creative, more retail thought branded items than just the standard pens, business cards, and chip clips.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love that. In the last 10 years, what's been the biggest challenge for you guys?
Oh, it's a combination. Do any of us remember COVID? So no challenge there. The cool thing about COVID, if there is a cool thing, is kind of a positive and a negative. Obviously, COVID was a big negative all the way around, but what it allowed us to do is tremendously increase our reach and give back programs. We were basically turned into the PPE supplier for the state of Maryland during that time. We were donating and creating and supplying PPE products everywhere. And so it was kind of a challenge and a combination between a whole lot of fun. I don't think I slept between March 28th and June 5th.
Wow. Yeah.
It was basically 18, 19-hour days during that time. But all those masks that you were getting for free in Frederick City, we were supplying Frederick with, so this way they can help out.
Yeah. That's amazing, actually. And look, I think trying to find a positive spin is a good thing, because otherwise I think a lot of us would have PTSD about that time. And yeah. I worked all the way through as well, so I totally understand. And yeah, I know. I was watching videos of everybody baking bread and organizing their closets and learning a new skill. And there we were, right?
And that's where this medium was born that we're speaking on now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is actually another positive that came out of it, is giving an opportunity for people to, if they wanted to, continue to telework, or just better platforms for that, for sure. If there was one thing you wanted people of Frederick to know about BKG, what would it be?
Well, I think the one thing is BKG's founding format in its business plan was that we will always give back. So we have minimum numbers each year off of the profit that we give back to, whether we give it back in dollars or we give it back in product. Habitat for Humanity, both Washington County and Frederick County, the rescue mission, the ranch. I mean, we probably, like I said, we donate a minimum of 10% of our gross profit to those in need throughout Frederick.
That is awesome, Benny. Really. I mean, I think, right in line with one of the reasons I started this show is to highlight, give, a platform for those organizations that sometimes don't get the recognition that they deserve, or, letting people know about them. That's really great that that's part of your mission. That's part of the business. It's not just, hey, when things feel good, then I'm going to donate. That's really nice.
Yeah, no, it's an automatic for us. It was in the founding paperwork is where it was born. And we've never done less than 10%. And you know what happens because you're in the industry. We kind of set our budget for, donations and stuff like that in November and December. And we have those 20 or 25, and inevitably someone shows up in May and has an event. And we need to figure out a way to do that as well. So we will
Yeah,
always increase that during
of
the year.
course. Absolutely. Can you let everybody know the easiest way to get in touch with you?
Well, the easiest way is you can call 301-606-8484. And no matter where we are, that will be sent to my cell phone. You can email me at benny@bkgmedia.net. Or you can simply go to bkgmedia.net and search over 700,000 items.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that'll be a fun day. I think I'd prefer just to give you, hey, this is what I'm trying to do and see what you come up with. We appreciate what you do for nonprofits and local businesses because as what I do, it's all part of a branding media campaign, and it's going to help these businesses grow and these nonprofits maybe reach more donors, and that's the ultimate goal. So really appreciate it and love to see you still going strong in Frederick.
Yeah, well, thank you. That's kind of our goal too. It's one of those things we like to stretch the nonprofits' budgets as much as we can so they can do that fundraising, they can get more donors. That's really one of the ultimate goals here.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Want to thank Benny from BKG Media. And Benny's business is typically the things that are handed out at local events like the fair and in the streets. And speaking of events, let's talk about what's happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Atlas Wood Floors, serving the area for more than 34 years. Wood floors, luxury vinyl plank, anything that you can put on your floors, I'm sure they can handle. You can at least give them a call and ask them. 301-948-9663, 301-948-WOOD, or go to atlaswoodfloors.net. Ask for a quote. Have my little brother come up here. Ask for Jeff. When you call 301-948-9663, just ask for Jeff, and hopefully he'll come up and take care. Oh, I know he'll take care of you. And hopefully he comes to Frederick because we like to see him every now and then, even though he only lives about 20 minutes away. All right, if you want to know what's happening in Frederick, where do you go? Well, you all know you go to the Everything Frederick calendar, which is housed at promocircus.com. When you go to promocircus.com, just click on Everything Frederick Live and you see the podcast and the calendar right there. So we're going to pull up our calendar. Today is actually National Smoothie Day at Tropical Smoothie Cafe. So today, I think let me just see it. Did I put it on the calendar? I think she just told me to talk about it. So I should have put it on the calendar today. You can head to you get a free smoothie with a food or bowl purchase in the Tropical Smoothie Cafe app. So if you go to the app and you order some of their food, you'll get a free smoothie. If you've not had some of their food, it's delicious. And they're open from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. today. And most days, I'm assuming. All right, let's have a look today. Look, there are some cancellations. I was talking about it earlier, but because of the heat advisory, I will tell you that the Earth Fest event, which was to be tomorrow at Montague Lane, has been postponed due to extreme heat. I haven't heard anything about the Veterans Day event. I'm assuming we're still on. I'm the MC, and I haven't heard anything yet. So what we're going to want to do for that event tomorrow is just stay as cool as possible. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I know we will do it. I added a bunch of events to the calendar. Let me just see. I'm trying to look through here real quick. Oh, tomorrow, Carroll Manor Fire Company has a pulled pork dinner or half barbecue chicken dinner fundraiser. That is Saturday from 10 to 2 on Ballinger Creek Pike. $18, you can get a pulled pork sandwich platter or half a barbecue chicken platter. Comes with coleslaw and baked beans. And also, they're doing a professional shred event. So if you have papers after you finished your taxes or something like that, that you need to be shredded, you can take it over there, make a donation to the fire company, and you'll get your stuff shredded there. Let's see, what else is happening? Well, the Keys obviously are home this weekend. Hopefully they're going to do a little bit better today and tomorrow than they did yesterday, but we'll see. We'll have fun either way. Let's see, tomorrow, Sunday, is the Celebrate Frederick Summer Concert Series. That's at the Baker Park Bandshell. It's a lot of fun if you want to go hang out there at 7 o'clock. Again, hope things cool off a little bit in the evenings. Also, I saw this very cool event. The Mount Olivet Cemetery History and Mystery Tour is Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. You can head over there. There is some amazing history that happens that is covered at Mount Olivet, and I think that would be really interesting. There are a ton of history tours available here in Frederick, of course, just because we've got so much history here. Also want to remind you, coming up June 27th from 5 to 6:30, our friends at the Frederick Floral Bar are doing bouquets and bubbly. Let's just see where that is here. Bouquets and bubbly right here. 5 to 6:30 for $50. You get all the supplies to make and the training to make a gorgeous bouquet. And you get champagne. And it's going to be a fun evening. 5 to 6:30 there. And let's see, don't forget you can still register for the Flying Cows summer camp if your kids love basketball, or they loved the Cows, or both. The camps are being run at Monocacy Middle School the weeks of July 15th and July 22nd. So you can register for those if you head to their website, goflyingcows.com. All right, to see the links for these events plus everything else, you can text calendar to 888-465-2944 or go to promocircus.com and click on Everything Frederick Live and Events. And if you have anything you want me to talk about, any event you want me to cover, just email it to me, everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. All right, we're going to take one more quick break, and then you're going to meet Sharon, who's giving relief to people suffering from chronic pain. She had to find these solutions on her own journey, which took over a decade for her to be diagnosed, and this helped her as well. All right, after this quick break.
All-in-One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Sharon family beyond compare.
That's another song that's playing through my head most days. I love it. A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and it's right here in Frederick. And if you've been looking outside at your home at maybe the siding is pulling, maybe you have some roofing tiles that are pulling up or missing, maybe your windows aren't doing what they need to do in this heat, having great windows is going to cut your energy loss by a ton. Contact Sandra at 301-703-2157, or you can email info@ansconstruction.net. $750 off any roof or siding replacement. That's nothing to sneeze at. And $50 off any roof repairs. But if you're not sure if you need something done, give her a call. She'll come out, she'll check it out, and she'll let you know. They do great work, and they're available for you. So call Get your quote today, ansconstruction.net. All right, let's talk about what we have to give away, because today is a deadline for one of them, well, really both. I want to thank Thermont Firemen's Carnival. It's on through tomorrow. Tons of food and games, and you're supporting the Guardian Hose Company's largest fundraiser. It is the Thermont Firemen's Carnival. All right, today is the deadline. If you want to win that 1 month of free spray tan, you're going to want to text the word tan, and each week we give away 5 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs. So please text MDL, and hopefully you'll win this week. And if you don't win this week, you might win next week. So that's what it's all about, right? I want to thank those sponsors for those prizes. All right, Sharon suffered from chronic pain for years, but through it, she found relief with alternative therapies. She is now licensed to help others at her business, Collective Wellness. Let's talk to Sharon. Fun when you don't feel well, and no one better than someone who has been through it herself. Let's meet Sharon with Collective Wellness. How are you?
Hi, Dani. I'm great. Thanks so much for your time.
Of course. I'm always interested to find out more, especially love when a business is born because of something you discovered on your own journey. Tell everyone a little bit about how you got to where you are now and what led you to find, an alternative lifestyle to help keep yourself healthy.
Unfortunately, I find that my story is more common than it is the exception. I started experiencing nebulous health issues. Being a mother of 4 and working full time and living an active lifestyle on top of all of that, I used to lift weights, and my strength started going down. And when that happened, then I started thinking, all right, something is just not right. I think I went to my general practitioner first, probably, and we did the blood work, and every doctor I see is the tests are coming back normal. And they're all within normal limits, those kinds of things. And I knew something was not okay. And fast forward, I had gone to see my orthopedic, who probably was tired of seeing me because I kept having all these joint issues. And he asked me if I had seen a rheumatologist. I said no. And so I went to a rheumatologist who gave me the diagnosis of psoriatic arthritis. Not the end of the world, right? It's one of those diseases that fortunately I'll die with it, not from it. The medical world, and I'm going to tread lightly here, is prescriptions and procedures.
Right.
You have a lot of things, but specifically, speaking to my situation. And I've watched what happens with those procedures and those prescriptions, and it's not good, and it's most definitely not without serious and significant side effects.
Right.
And I wasn't going to go down that road unless it was life-saving. I started looking into everything autoimmune related, with nutrition, sleep, movement, anything, supplements, and I did find some good doctors along the way that were able to help me, and made friends and joined groups and did all the things that I could to help me help myself. Sadly, that's really the root, and with anything chronic. You have to go. You have to look at yourself.
We are in an age now where information is so available, where you can find groups of people who actually suffer from the same things, so you can kind of compare what has worked, what hasn't worked. You have to be your own advocate because you knew something was wrong. And listening to that, even when people were telling you it's normal, you're like, it's not normal. And so you have to keep pushing, because I think, especially like when I was a kid, like doctors were like the be all, right?
100%.
You listened to them, you followed them no matter what they said. And now as I've aged, you realize they're just people. And if they don't know, they just don't know. There's nothing wrong with it. They're very, very smart people.
Yes.
They obviously have studied long and hard, but You know your body best, and I think
Right.
it's great you listened.
Yeah, and I think a big part of that problem, though, is the way our system, our healthcare system is set up. Doctors have to stay in their lane. So if you go in,
Yeah.
and if I go in and I say my shoulder hurts, the orthopedic or whoever, whatever doctor I see is going to look at my shoulder. Well, that pain from my shoulder, especially let me go to my left shoulder, that could be my heart, right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's one that's pretty common, and I think and women in general, once you hit probably even just 40, hormones start shifting in a lot of women, and the changes are nebulous. And I call it I liken it to that boiling frog syndrome, right? You can't
Yeah.
throw a frog into the pot of boiling water, but if you turn it on slow, and
Yeah.
that's what I think happens for a lot of women, at least the ones that I have had the privilege of speaking with.
And I would agree with that. Look, it's not like you've fallen and you break a bone, right, where it happens, but you start dealing with the pain, and the rest of your body actually compensates for a lot of it until it gets to a point at which it's so bad, you're like, okay, this is ridiculous. It's not going away, or whatever
Yes.
that is. And that's really, really interesting, because I think we all do it. Right? We all kind of compensate and think, oh, it's not so bad, until it's so bad.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly. And I think, like I said, my story is not unique. I speak to women every single day that have gone through something similar.
Yeah. You were working with your husband in his IT business. How did this shift happen for you?
Well, I can go back to when I was very young. My interest in healthcare has always been there. When I was very young, I went to Montgomery College, took pre-nursing courses, and then I never finished. Decided, getting married and having kids is what I wanted at the time. I was an EMT also. And so I put everything that I wanted on the back burner, what I wanted career-wise, because
Yeah.
I have these kids, and I have kids, and everything's great. I had a really good job for a long time at the same company. And then I got remarried to my current husband back in 99, and he had a business. So I was working with him for a very long time. We have 2 more children, so 4 total. And it was actually during the pregnancy with my 4th child when I noticed something's not right. And my doctor at the time, and he's like, basically, you're old. And I was like, yeah, thanks, buddy. Got my diagnosis. But I hadn't spent all that time looking for a diagnosis. I just thought that I was tired and small kids and all that stuff. So like you said, just push it to the back burner until you can't. I was already a yoga teacher. I became a yoga teacher in 2015 because when I could no longer lift weights, yoga really spoke to me. I could go back to school, and I found the PTA program up here at Carroll Community College. I went through that. COVID hit, and there were no job prospects for what I thought I wanted to do. Introduced to fascial counterstrain. I took several classes, immediately recognized the value in that therapy. To practice on my own, I had to have my massage license. So I went back to school again and got my massage license. And during massage school, I'm like, well, this is just a license. I'm just doing this for the license. And then I was like, wow, I'm actually able to help people with these therapeutic massages. If somebody comes in with chronic pain. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll do a little bit of counter strain, because that's going to give them the long-term benefits, and the therapeutic massage is going to make them feel better immediately. And it's a win-win, and they walk out going, hey. So if they're happy, I'm happy. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Well, I do think the approach, no matter how you got to it, makes a lot of sense, because when you're looking at the whole picture.
Yes.
And not just a shoulder, a back, a hip,
Yes.
or whatever that is. And I think
Yes.
that is beneficial. And you also talk a little bit on your website about diet. I think I have heard more things and seen more things on social about people changing up their diet and having extraordinary results.
Yes, that's the number one thing. If no one takes anything away from anything I say except this, there's no silver bullet. There are people that benefit extremely well from a vegetarian vegan diet. There are people that see pain reduction in the like a carnivore diet. I firmly believe that you have to figure out what your sensitivities are. And there are some ways of going about doing that. And then once you figure what doesn't fit in your diet, you're going to have to probably do without that for a long time, maybe forever.
Yeah.
But it's, our food isn't what it used to be. So part of what is wrong with you, someone who's having an issue with, and I'll just pick on gluten because why not? It's probably not the gluten because we've been eating gluten forever. That's how we've made bread. It's whatever is going on with the flour. Dairy's another huge offender. We can't digest lactose. I mean, we just can't.
Yeah.
But we drink it, and a lot of people don't have problems, but a lot of people do. And the issue is that like I said, spoke to earlier, it isn't that it was bam, all of a sudden you couldn't, like a broken bone, like you referred. That's a perfect example. I've been doing this always.
Yeah.
Well, and then now you can't.
Well, and the other thing is too, over the course of even our lifetime, as even in our 50s, everything has changed. All of these things have gradually shifted to where our bodies are finally like, hey, time out. You got to go back to something good. So yeah, I think it's there's a culmination of so many things, environmental and food, but you got to start somewhere.
Right.
So, and like you said, it didn't happen all at once. It's going to take a long time to undo and unravel damages that have been done, or pain that's been caused, or whatever it is. So somebody can come to you. I mean, obviously you can treat anybody, but certainly because of your own experience, if somebody has discovered that they already know that they may have an autoimmune, or is it just you start to work with people who randomly are just like, something's not right?
More the latter. When they come in to see me, I'm rarely their first stop.
Right.
They're like, I've seen this doctor. And it's, again, similar to my story. They'll come in, we'll begin with a conversation. I'm trying to find out what their goals are, what they're trying to achieve. And then we go from there. We do a little bit of an evaluation. Because again, they're coming to me to feel better physically. I would say, I can't speak for all of my clients, but the ones who have said to me, they feel after a while, it's not just their physical body that's feeling better. They're feeling better physically, emotionally, mentally. I'm not a mental health therapist, but you don't have to be one. If you work on yourself, you can't separate the two.
Right. Yeah, right. And certainly you start to, I'm sure, feel in control of this out of control thing that you've been asking all these people, something's not right. And you finally are starting to go, okay, well, at least I'm feeling better and I'm in control. I kind of have some power back. I think that's a huge part of it.
Yes. Feeling hopeless is very damaging.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that would be awful. Yeah, that would be awful. And I'm sorry for all people who are just stuck in this vicious cycle of, only being prescribed medications, not looking at the whole picture, not looking at the whole body. It's very frustrating. And you're right. It is kind of the way our health system is. But you have control, right? It may not be covered by insurance, but you can at least start to look for things that are going to help you.
Well, and anyone who has FSA or HSA funds, Maryland last year passed a law, and I work under a massage license. So anything I do goes under that. If they have HSA and FSA funds, they can use it. They can.
Nice.
Or anyone who has out-of-network benefits.
Nice.
So I feel like, maybe we're taking little baby steps.
So if somebody wants to maybe see if there's something you might be able to do, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
My email is always a good way, Sharon at collectivewellness.us. And my website is collectivewellness.us. So Sorry, wrong.
Yeah.
Christmas crackers.
I think coming from somebody who's experienced the results positively of looking at these, I mean, I guess we have to call them alternative, but
Yeah.
holistic ways to feel better, working through everything from internal to external, I think is wonderful. And
Yeah.
we really wish you all the success. Really appreciate your time. I think this is fascinating, actually.
Thank you. I appreciate your time, Dani.
All right. I could talk about that stuff all day. So interesting. All right. Want to thank Sharon from Collective Wellness. And if you're suffering from chronic pain, reach out to her. All right. Coming up on Monday, we meet another possum pet up for adoption. And that is powered by Pet and Home Care. Plus, Alexa Bedwell chats with me about the Women's Giving Circle. Of course, we're on all the socials. So when you have a minute, please, it doesn't cost anything but a few minutes of your time to search and follow and subscribe. Please like and comment. These things help the algorithm. They do help get us out to more people when you interact and engage with our videos. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. All right. Happy Friday. Weekend is here. We hope you have a great one, Frederick. Stay cool and hydrated if you're outside. Happy Friday. Get out there and be great, Frederick.
From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here. You feel it. Good morning, Frederick. Rise and shine.